Welcome everyone to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Thunderstruck Super Late Model Series tonight. The Super Late Models will be taking on Lanier Speedway for 125 laps of racing action. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman-Weiss, and I'm excited to call all the racing action here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Now, last week we were at Bristol Motor Speedway. We saw 2 cautions, 1 lead change, and Aaron Johnson ended up getting his 3rd win of the season. He led 113 of the 125 laps. Second place finisher Corey Bigley led the other 12. Will Drevke finished 3rd. We saw Jonathan Cofield ended up finishing 4th. And then rounding out your top 5 was Rick Rube. So after last week's race, Aaron Johnson is your leader in points. Then 11 points behind him, it's Corey Bigley. 3rd is Rick Rube. 4th in points is Josh Oswald. And 5th is AJ Rogers. And I believe this is the second to last race this season here tonight. Next week is the season finale. So Corey Bigley is going to need something to happen for him to get up to that point standings lead, because right now 11 points separate him and Aaron Johnson. Normally this league gets around 15 cars, so he's going to need Aaron Johnson to have a bad race for him to get up to that point standings lead. But anything can happen. This is short track, super late model racing we're talking about. But we'll see what happens here. Now, we do want to thank both of the supporters of this league. First of all, iRacing Performance. Thank you for them for helping fuel this league. They provide the fixed setups for this league, so shout out to them for doing that. Again, iRacing Performance. And we also got to thank Big Frig Coolers for all of their support. Big Frig provides high-quality stainless steel double-wall vacuum-sealed tumblers, as well as high-quality roto-molded coolers. Big Frig caters to the consumer, whether you're an adventurer, outdoorsman, sports fanatic, or just someone who enjoys a hot cup of joe. Big Frig knows that not every customer is the same, so they design their products to fit your needs. Take the Badlands coolers along with you to your next barbecue or on your next hunting or fishing trip. Or take along their 30-ounce Big Frig on a fishing trip and have a cold drink on hand for an all-day excursion. All of their products are made durable with stainless steel construction. Their double-wall vacuum insulation helps with temperature preservation, keeping drinks cold for over 50 hours and hot for 5+ hours. Now, if you're interested in purchasing products from Big Frig, there are 3 ways you can go about this. First of all, you can purchase products directly from their website, bigfrig.com. You can also search up Big Frig on Amazon.com, and you can buy all of their products on there. And then lastly, you can also go to their website, bigfrig.com, and click on something that says Dealer Locations, and you can see if your nearest sporting goods store has Big Frig in stock. So again, it's summertime, just around the corner, so you're definitely going to be wanting some cold drinks wherever you go. And so if you want a high quality thing to store your drinks, whether it's a tumbler or a cooler, Big Frig is definitely the way to go, so make sure to check out bigfrig.com. Jason Warren is going to be the top driver in practice. His practice is wrapping up. 13.16 is that 32 machine's best lap time. We are getting set now for qualifying. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time. That will determine where they start in the feature. Now, it looks like there's actually 16 drivers, so that means that everybody is going to advance to the feature. Nobody's going to get eliminated in the B main. It does look like there is going to be a B main, but only 1 driver will be in it, so whoever finishes 16th will have to race in a B main. I think admins will most likely try to just fast forward or skip it or advance the session if there's only 1 driver. So qualifying is underway. There's 2-time winner this season, Corey Bigley, on track right now. CJ Grooms in the 22. See Jason Warren to the top of the board with a 13.25. He's got a 300th lead over second place Corey Bigley. Third is Eddie Smith with a 13.41. Sam Wetstein able to get to third. Then we see Garrett Kinder gets to third with a 13.28. That will put Garrett about 300ths off of leader Jason Warren. We don't normally see Garrett in a lot of these races, but when we do, he always performs very, very well. AJ Rogers to second with a 13.25. It ended up coming down to the 1,000th or 10,000th of a second to determine who was going to get that first place spot. And looks like Jason Warren was just a little bit faster than Rogers. There's the 81 of Rick Rube on track right now. Rube has been fast all season long, a consistent top 10 driver, just hasn't been able to break into the win column. That could change here tonight. 7th on his first lap, he gets to 6th on his second lap. There's Will Drevke in the 30 machine on track. Looks like he was slower on his second lap. He got a top 3 last week at Bristol. Aaron Ward to 10th with a 13.41. Still got 3 more drivers that need to qualify. Will Drevke, Brandon Wallace, and Aaron Johnson. Johnson needs to be careful. He's got to turn a qualifying lap because I believe if Corey Bigley finishes more than 12 positions ahead of him, he will take the point standings lead. Or he's got to finish more than 11 positions. There we go. Aaron Johnson exiting the pits, getting ready to start his qualifying lap. Running the I Love Mac and Cheese and More machine. First lap, let's see how well he does. He was almost sideways through the corner. Brandon Wallace heading out onto the track in the 89 GM Goodwrench machine. Johnson on his first lap runs a 13.52. That will put him about 3/10 off of leader Jason Warren. Lap number 2, he improves. He gets to 6th with a 15.32. So now Johnson's 700ths off of Jason Warren. This just shows how close this field is. Top 6, all separated by less than a 10th. This is going to be a very, very close battle all race long for the lead. And top 2 is separated by less than 100th of a second. Will Drevke, he has completed both of his required lap times, but he continues to stay out just to get a little bit of extra practice time. You can do that even after you've completed both of your required laps. iRacing will let you continue to run your butt after your second lap. Your lap times won't count anymore. So, like I said, an opportunity to get a little bit of extra practice time if you're not confident with the track. So there we go. Everybody has turned a qualifying lap. Looks like Chuck Feltz is currently outside of the top 15. So he will be the only driver that will run in this big main, B main. But I believe race control is just going to advance the session just because there's only going to be one driver and he will advance anyway. Chuck Feltz from Los Alamos, New Mexico. I mean, if anything, nobody's going to get eliminated, like I said. This is just going to give a little bit of extra practice. This is going to give Chuck Feltz a little bit more practice time. To get everything dialed in, get used to this track. And while we're under this little break in the action, make sure to take this time to share the stream on Facebook and like the stream on YouTube. It helps us out a ton, helps with the algorithm, and gives exposure to the league, the drivers, and the sponsors. Got Kevin Kinder on YouTube. He says, hello, y'all, checking in. Hey, thanks for tuning in tonight, Kevin. Garrett isn't racing in the B main. He has advanced to the feature. He qualified in 4th. So Garrett Kinder starting in the top 5 here tonight. Says, go Chuck. Yeah, Chuck Feltz. Got a lot of tough competition here in this B main. We'll see if he can bring it home. And the caution flag is out for I don't know what. I think most likely race control is trying to advance the session so we can move on to the feature, just because there's only one driver in this heat race. As always, got to give a shout out to all the admins: Michael Swink, Shannon Wilder, Logan Sturgeon, Josh Oswald, Joaquin Meza, Jason Warren, Aaron Ward, Aaron Johnson, for all that they do for this league. Without them, this league would not run as smoothly as it does. And of course, always got to give a shout out to all the drivers that come in every single week and I don't know what's going on. I think race control is trying to figure out a way to advance this session. Lights on the pace car are out. We're getting ready to go back green. We see Chuck Feltz restarting on the bottom or the top or wherever he wants to restart. And Chuck Feltz is lucky. He's going to get 20 extra laps of practice that some of our other drivers will not be able to get, just because he's running in this B main. Sometimes you learn the most when you're racing against yourself and you're just trying to improve your lap times. You're watching your lap times thinking, oh, I can do better. Feltz ran a 13.92. $13.50 for Chuck there. He is doing good here in this heat race. Let's see how that stacks up to what they were running in qualifying. I actually can't see that. Chuck Feltz running with Po-Man Motorsports. Let us know in the chat, who is your pick to win tonight's event? Will it be somebody who has a win this season, someone like Aaron Johnson, Corey Bigley, or could it be potentially a first-time winner, somebody like Will Drevke or Rick Rube or Aaron Ward? Let's see what happens here. Chuck Phelps just getting a little bit of extra practice time in right now. And we will have another 2-minute warm-up just to give these drivers a little bit extra time to get everything dialed in, and then we will be officially ready to start the feature event. Two laps to go. Coming to 1 lap to go now for Chuck Phelps. His fastest lap time here in this B main, 13.50. And there we go, Chuck Phelps, only driver in the B main. He will get the win. And he will start the feature in the 16th position. So we're going to have another 2-minute warm-up, like I said, just to give these drivers a little bit of extra time to get everything dialed in and get ready for the feature event. Drivers to watch for tonight. First of all, got to watch out for the 21 machine of Aaron Johnson, last week's winner. Always one to watch out for. He's got the most wins out of anyone this season. Also got to watch out for Corey Bigley in the 28 machine. Got 2 wins. Always one to watch out for. Will Drevke in the 30. I know he's not going to have the starting position that he wants, but we should see him quickly work his way up through the field. And then a sleeper pick that I just want to shout out. Definitely one of my sleeper picks tonight is going to be the 99 of Aaron Ward. He actually had a great race last week at Bristol, finishing 6th. Looking to try to carry on that momentum here tonight. Even though he finished 6th, he was also 2/10 off of Aaron Johnson, Corey Bigley, and Jonathan Cofield, which really isn't that much. Here we go, warm-up has ended. Lord West on YouTube says, right on board with Kinder. We will find time in the feature to do that. That was just the warm-up. That was not the race. So here we go. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's event. Starting on the pole with a 13.247, it is the Team Peacemaker machine of Jason Warren in the 32. Outside of him, it's the 17 of AJ Rogers. 3rd is Corey Bigley. 4th is Reaper Racing's Garrett Kinder in the 13. And then running at your top 5, it's Wildfire Racing Shannon Wilder in the 10. 6th, it's Velocity Motorsports' Aaron Johnson in the 21. 7th is Rick Rube. 8th is Velocity Motorsports' Sam Wetstein, starting behind his teammate. 9th, it's Big Fish Motorsports' Logan Sturgeon in the 26. And then rounding out your top 10, it's JC Motorsports' Alien Eddie Smith in the 87. 11th, Aaron Ward in the 99. 12th is CJ Grooms. 13th, it's Josh the Jet Oswald in 17th. 14th, it is Will Drevke in the 30. And then running at your top 15, it's Reaper Racing's Brandon Wallace. And then last but not least, with Po-Man Racing, it's Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the 75. So here we go. We are getting ready to go green. 16 cars, only one can get the win here tonight. We will see who that will be. Jason Warren starts on the pole. Outside of him, it's AJ Rogers. This should be fun. Lanier Speedway, the Peach State 45. 45 miles here. Green flag is out here at Lanier, and there we see Jason Warren taking off. He is side by side with AJ Rogers for the first place spot. Warren is able to get clear, but AJ Rogers not letting that number 32 get away. We see Corey Bigley looking low under that 17 and a big wreck in 3 and 4. That will bring out the first caution of the race, and we will take a look at the wreckage rewind to see exactly what happened. And already, Aaron Johnson has crashed. Definitely not what he wants, as he is trying to defend his point standings lead with only 2 races left in the season. Let's see what happened. He's got Shannon Wilder below him. Coming to the start. Or no, this is on the back stretch here. Got Garrett Kinder in front of him. Ooh, we see contact coming into 3 and 4 between Johnson and Wilder. That really just looks like a racing incident right there. Maybe Johnson came down the track a little bit. Maybe could have given him a little bit more room, but definitely unfortunate for Aaron Johnson. We are getting ready to go back green here. Jason Warren restarting on the bottom. AJ Rogers restarting on the top. See Ratchet Miller on YouTube says, howdy Etley. Caution going already. Yeah, we were not able to complete a lap on the initial start, and the caution flag ended up coming out. But thanks for tuning in to watch the broadcast tonight, Ratchet. Let's see what happens here. Jason Warren takes off on the restart as AJ Rogers behind him. And we got Corey Bigley looking low under Rogers to his rear quarter panel here on the front stretch. Bigley right there. He is, and they make a little bit of contact. Bigley pushes up the 17 up the track, giving him a little bit of a bump and run. And another caution flag is out. So we will watch the wreckage rewind. See exactly what happened. That was a wild move there by Corey Bigley with the bump and run, but looks like he was not able to get by Rogers, so he will stay in third. Here's a look at what happened. We're watching Aaron Ward. He's on the outside, has Josh Oswald, Shannon Wilder below him. And look at that. That's what happened. Coming off of turn number 2, we see Sam Wetstein get loose. I guess getting back into the gas. The car just broke out from under him. And we see there's contact between him and Eddie Smith. Drevke and Oswald get into each other. That is definitely unfortunate there for Wetstein. We are getting ready to go back green here. Lights on the pace car are off. Hopefully we can get a good green flag run here. Jason Warren restarts on the bottom. AJ Rogers restarts on the top. Pretty much the top 4 is the exact same as when we started tonight's event, with Warren, Rogers, Bigley, and Garrett 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pace car's in, and green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. He's got AJ Rogers on his back bumper. Rogers looking to the outside. Definitely not the preferred groove here at Lanier. And there we go. This is the first lap we've been able to complete. Jason Warren just ran the fastest lap time of the race so far with a 13.48. That time by, we saw AJ Rogers ran a 13.22. That is a new fastest lap time of the race. And Rogers on the back bumper of Jason Warren, trying to set up a pass on that 32 machine. Almost to the rear quarter panel there in 1 and 2. Got close to the back bumper. The door is open. The key here at Lanier is you got to watch that throttle control. You don't want to use the throttle like a light switch. And oh my gosh, we got a car stopped in the middle of the track. That is Josh Oswald. Let's see exactly what happened to him. So looks like coming off of turn number 4, Ward gets a big run and he doesn't have anywhere to go with it except for right into the back bumper of the 17. They must have different zones where they were getting back into the gas. Ward was just getting back into the gas a little bit earlier. He's just got nowhere to go except for right into that 17. And of course, there's the difficult task of getting everything turned back around. And he's driving up the track, too. That can make it difficult. Unfortunate for Josh Oswald. Rough season for him. Doesn't look like he is going to repeat as season champion for the 3rd season in a row. Many of the front runners this season, Aaron Johnson, Corey Bigley, they were part-time last season. So that added a little bit of a challenge for Josh Oswald. We're getting ready to go back green. Jason Warren restarting on the bottom. AJ Rogers restarting on the top. Behind them, it's Corey Bigley and Rick Rube. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. He's got AJ Rogers right behind him. Peeking to the outside, trying to set up a pass. The key is definitely getting that good run off the corner. Rogers might want to try arcing his corner a little bit so he can get lower off and potentially get under that rear quarter panel of Warren. We see Eddie Smith looking well under Rick Rube for this 4th place spot. He is able to get clear. Eddie Smith the 4th and Aaron Johnson now to 5th. He's going to follow behind that 87 machine. And we are now 25 laps through this 125 lap event. 100 more laps to go. Here's a look at your current top 5. Jason Warren in 1st. AJ Rogers sits in 2nd. Corey Bigley 3rd. Eddie Smith in 4th. And AJ Rogers right now is 5th. Or excuse me, Aaron Johnson. Do want to talk a little bit about Lanier. Lanier, definitely one of the most fun short tracks on iRacing. Lanier was a typical southern dirt track when opened in 1982. 5 years later, the 3/8 of a mile oval was paved and it's moderately banked. Wide open turns and fairly short straightaways made NASCAR sanctioned Lanier National Speedway a good test for the track's weekly racing divisions, among them Pro Late models, open wheel modifieds, and legends. Located across the highway from the Road Atlanta road course in Braselton, Georgia. In the track's heydays, it was not unusual to find world-renowned road racers scattered among the throngs watching the intense racing at Lanier, no doubt wondering if they could hack it out there running wheel-to-wheel lap after lap. Dale Earnhardt, Darrell Waltrip, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Michael Waltrip, David Stremme, Bobby Labonte, and road racer and occasional NASCAR driver Andy Lally all competed at Lanier before the track suspended its weekly racing program following the 2011 season. Lanier National Speedway was purchased by another road racer, Jim Downing, and renamed Lanier Raceplex in 2014. However, plans to reopen the facility as a racetrack stadium concert venue have yet to bear fruit. In the meantime, iRacers can still race on a digital version of Lanier while waiting for the hills of Brasselton to once again echo with the sounds of Georgia-style short track racing. So Lanier, definitely in its heydays, one of the premier short tracks in the United States. It's definitely sad that weekly racing has kind of gone away from Lanier. I do believe there was a Bandolero race last year at Lanier, so it may be looking like some racing is starting to come back to the facility. For those of you who don't know, I race Bandolero cars in real life. Definitely would be cool to come here. Always an awesome track on iRacing. That's another thing that I like about iRacing is even if tracks close down and they go away, iRacing is kind of like a time capsule where you can still enjoy these tracks. For example, like USA, Myrtle Beach, Lanier, North Wilkesboro, Rockingham, all of those tracks, despite being closed, despite current racing not going on at the moment, you can still enjoy them. So I kind of like what iRacing does kind of with its like time capsule. You see McDonald on Facebook, he says, can't wait for it to reopen, sucks they close it. Yeah, I mean, Lanier, very, very fun track. Always great racing here on iRacing. Hopefully it can reopen soon. And we got a caution flag out right now. Aaron Ward has crashed. And I definitely think, too, that area is a big market for it. Just because it's in close proximity to Road Atlanta. So here we go. We're watching Aaron Ward here. He's pretty much running by himself. Little bit of left front damage on the 99. I don't know if that was affecting anything. Gets down on that apron a little bit in 3 and 4. Actually, no, that's 1 and 2, excuse me. Yeah, just gets loose coming off the corner. It looked like he was going to be able to save it, but it jerks to the right. And he goes all the way into the inside wall, damaging the front end of that 99 machine. So, a rough night so far for Aaron Ward. Aaron Johnson looks like after getting involved in the first incident of the race, he has gotten to the 4th place spot. Looks like we are getting ready to go back green. Jason Warren will restart on the bottom. AJ Rogers on the top. Then in 3rd, it's Corey Bigley. Top 3 is still the exact same as when we started. Garrett Kinder started 4th, but he has fallen to the 7th place spot. I don't know if right now he's just trying to save tires and save everything for the end, but he has fallen back a little bit. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. He's got AJ Rogers right behind him, trying to set up the pass, and he's got Corey Bigley below him. Good restart for that 28 machine. Bigley to the rear quarter panel, coming off of turn number 4. And peeking once again here in 3 and 4. Bigley to the rear quarter panel. Looks like he can't get any further than that at the moment. There we go, side by side. Bigley with the nose as we head into 1 and 2. 3 and 4, they're still side by side. Bigley still with the nose. And then right behind them, it's Aaron Johnson in the 21. Side by side coming off of turn number 2. Great battle right now for this 2nd place spot. And if either of these two get into it, Aaron Johnson will be able to get by and take that 2nd place spot. Looks like Johnson, what's actually going to happen is Rogers is going to be stuck on that outside, and Johnson should be able to follow right behind Corey Bigley and also get by A.J. Rogers and move up to third. Corey Bigley almost clear. A.J. Rogers surprisingly holding his own on that outside despite it not being the preferred groove. Because it's the longer way around the track technically, he can carry a little bit more speed. Still not preferred though. And he continues to fight on that outside. There we go. He is able to get clear. Corey Bigley to second. Aaron Johnson follows behind him, and he gets to third. Now remember, make sure to go and check out Intensity Broadcasting. Make sure you go check out IntensityBroadcasting.com. There you can find shirts, hats, mugs, stickers, mouse pads, photo paper, posters from your favorite broadcaster, and all the amazing leagues that we broadcast. Especially make sure to check out the Thunderstruck collection, where you can find a Thunderstruck racing shirt, which comes in not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 7 different colors and sizes, extra small to 5XL. And the Thunderstruck racing shirt, it's soft, it's lightweight, it's stretchable, it's comfortable. All of the Intensity Broadcasting shirts on our website are very, very comfortable. There's also bubble-free stickers, or no, these are actually just stickers. Or no, these are the bubble-free stickers for Thunderstruck. And I've gotten a couple messages from people saying they are in fact bubble-free. So if you hate having bubbles in your stickers, make sure to pick some up from our website. Perfect for putting on your everyday vehicle or your race car if you want to support Thunderstruck. And then there's also a photo paper poster that is matte. It's got partly glossy, partly matte finish, and you put it in your room or your office and help show your support for Thunderstruck. And all proceeds go back into the broadcast or back to the leagues. And while we're talking about that, a caution flag comes out. Brandon Wallace and CJ Groom, something happens to them. Let's see what happened. Speaking of CJ Grooms, Jaden Groom says, "Let's go Grooms" on Facebook. Believe he was involved in this most recent incident. I hope not. Let's see. So we are side by side between Brandon Wallace and Jaden Grooms. We see Grooms gets into the outside wall. And that actually was not the cause of the incident. That happened ahead of them with Josh Oswald. Josh Oswald having a very, very rough race tonight. Just gets loose off of turn number 2. All the way into that inside wall. So that is unfortunate for the Jet. His rough race continues. He is currently a lap down at the moment. Steve McDonald on Facebook says Peach State used to be 10 minutes from, and it was even better. It was a half-mile high bank like Bristol. Dang, that sounds awesome. Half-mile high bank like Bristol? Jeez. That would make for some awesome racing. That's definitely unfortunate that it closed. Looks like that area just cannot hold a racetrack. That isn't like Road Atlanta. Hopefully, the Braselton, Georgia area can get a racetrack very, very soon again that is open. Braselton, Georgia, very, very close to Atlanta. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. He's got Corey Bigley right behind him. And we are side by side for third between A.J. Rogers and Aaron Johnson. Despite restarting on the outside, Rogers still had a great restart, holding his own up there. but we see Aaron Johnson is able to get clear. I think right now we are actually going to turn up the volume and pump up the intensity. Here you will get to see the sights, and as I say that, a yellow flag comes out. Let's take a look at what happened. So we were side by side between Logan Sturgeon and Chuck Feltz. And oh, this happens in front of them, actually. Looks like Sam Wetstein gets into the back of Will Drevke. I guess they might have had different spots where they were getting back into the gas, and Wetstein just had a good run and nowhere to take it. I think right now we're going to do an in-race interview check-in on one of our drivers. Let's pull in Garrett Kinder to see how he's doing right now. Garrett, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Atlee, what's up, man?
What's up? Doing pretty good up here in the booth tonight. Looks like you're doing pretty good on track. I know you started in the top 4, and you've fallen to 7th. Are you saving tires at the moment?
Oh, man, I got hung up on that high side and got freight trained down low. That high side's just absolutely miserable right now. So we're trying to fight our way back here. Had a couple restarts in a row here on the bottom side. Trying to get some green flag laps in.
Awesome. Well, I see we're getting ready to go back green. Good luck on this next restart, Garrett.
Appreciate you, man.
Well, there you have it. Garrett Kinder, current 7th place driver. We have a lot of Kinder fans in the chat here tonight. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off side by side for second. Between, oh my gosh, we see Johnson had all 4 tires down on the apron. Eddie Smith gets to 3rd somehow, and we are side by side for 4th between Aaron Johnson and, oh, big wreck. Wow, that was a crazy sequence of events there on the restart. It's like Chuck Feltz, Brandon Wallace get into it. We'll watch what happened. So we're watching Brandon Wallace coming off of turn number 2. He's got Will Drevke, CJ Grooms behind him. And oh, this happens in front. It's like Sturgeon and Feltz get into it. Looks like Sturgeon just made a little bit of contact with that rear quarter panel. I mean, if anything, Feltz could have came down a little bit. Might have came down a little bit there. Could have maybe given a little bit more room, but hard to tell. Pretty much a racing incident there. See, Brandon Wallace also gets involved. Karsten Grooms on Facebook says, let's go CJ. We see CJ right now in that 22. Currently running in 10th, having a good top 10 run here tonight, despite having some trouble throughout tonight's event. The key has just been avoiding all these incidents that we've had tonight. Ratchet Miller on YouTube says, yes, sir, get her done. Number 13 on that restart. We see Garrett Kinder was able to get up to 6th place. We are getting ready to go back green here. Jason Warren restarts on the bottom. Corey Bigley restarts on the top. And green flag is out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. We've got Corey Bigley right on his back bumper. He is able to get clear of Aaron Johnson. And oh, a little bit of contact there. Eddie Smith pushes Johnson up the track, and he is able to get under him. This is the battle for 3rd place. Johnson's trying to find a hole to get back down. He does. So Aaron Johnson back to third, and he is trying to get by now Corey Bigley for this second place spot. And we are actually going to turn up the volume, pump up the intensity here. You will get to see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. The sounds of race cars on a Thursday evening here at Lanier, and we actually have a caution flag. So we'll take a look at exactly what happened, and looks like Brandon Wallace's ref race continues. See what happened to him. We were side by side between Wallace and Grooms coming off of turn number 4. And in front of them, Ward hits the outside wall. So does Grooms, and Ward comes down into Brandon Wallace. Just both of them pushed up off the corner. Definitely unfortunate. Ratchet Miller says Alien Eddie out there making a hand. He is. Eddie Smith having a great race tonight. He doesn't make all of the races here in this series, but when he does, he always performs very, very well, running that 87 Monster Energy machine. Larry Castle says, let's go 13. Garrett Kinder currently restarting in 7th. He's going to have that advantage of being on the inside, so he won't get caught up on that outside, which he has been on these last couple of restarts. Getting ready to go back green. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. We are side by side for second between Corey Bigley and Aaron Johnson. Johnson to the bumper. Johnson with the nose heading through turns 3 and 4. They trade a little bit of paint coming off the corner. And Aaron Johnson now to the second place spot. Corey Bigley to third, and we are now side by side for third. Jerry J. Rogers looking low under that 28 machine. It's always so hard. There's nothing you can do when you get caught up on that outside lane. He's able to get clear. AJ Rogers to third, and oh, we see Garrett Kinder. What a save. It was looking like he was going to go around, but a caution flag comes out. Kevin Kinder on YouTube says, may set a new caution record. Yeah, it is kind of looking like that. 9th caution of the night. I think we've had double digits in a race before. double-digit cautions. But if we keep it up, we'll probably get there. So here's a look at what happened. We've got Will Drevke running behind Kinder and Eddie Smith, who were side by side coming off of turn number 4. And ooh, looks like Kinder. Here's what happened. It looked like Bigley just thought he was clear, so he came down, tagged the front end of Kinder. Kinder checks up, and he had nowhere to go. Will Drevke. So that is unfortunate. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what is the most cautions we have had this season. It's definitely got to be double digits. But we don't have time to check out because we were checking what it was because we were getting ready to go back green. Ratchet Miller says G. Kinder's wheelman. Yeah, takes a wheelman to save. What happened to Garrett Kinder there? Great save on the 13 Spark. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out, and there we see Jason Warren taking off. He's got Aaron Johnson has AJ Rogers looking low under him as we head into turns 3 and 4. Side by side, Rogers with the nose, and Corey Bigley, Aaron Johnson get into it. There's a big pileup on the outside of the racing line, and that is going to slow everyone up, but no caution flag comes out. Aaron Johnson, Corey Bigley both fall way back. They're going to have their work cut out from them to work their way back up to the field. The battle is on for first between Jason Warren and A.J. Rogers. A.J. Rogers back up to second. This is where he started tonight's event, and he ran in the first portion of tonight's event. He did fall behind a little bit, but he has worked his way back up. Tyler Rice on YouTube says, my oh my is right. I kind of want to watch that again. And there's a caution flag coming out. Corey Bigley has crashed. We'll watch what happened. Corey Bigley was a part of that huge checkup on the outside lane, and he had his work cut out for him, working his way back up to the field. And Bigley just gets loose off of turn number 2. We normally don't see Bigley make those kinds of mistakes. I don't know if he was just frustrated after what happened up front, but unfortunate for that 28 machine. That may have just ended his hopes of winning the championship. So this is the 10th caution. We see Kevin Kinder on YouTube says, most I've seen in any race is 14. Well, we're only 4 cautions off of that. You might see a new caution record. Tyler Rice says, it's worse than the mods last night. Man. So the mods was bad too? I didn't watch that. Yeah, why aren't you racing tonight, Tyler? We gotta get you out of here. Show these guys a thing or two. You're getting ready to go back green. Jason Warren restarting on the bottom. AJ Rogers restarting on the top. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out there. We see Jason Warren taking off. He's got AJ Rogers on his outside. Great restart for that 17 machine, but it's going to be very, very difficult just because he is not on that preferred lane of the inside. And Eddie Smith may be able to follow behind that 32 and also get by AJ Rogers. It's just so difficult restarting on that outside. Still side by side trading paint between the 17 and the 32. Eddie Smith right there as well. Garrett Kinder, Rick Rube, you could throw a blanket over your top 5 right now. Jason Warren with the nose as we head through 3 and 4. Great battle going on. Again, AJ Rogers just not in the ideal situation being on that outside, because as soon as one car gets by him, another one is going to follow behind, and another one is going to follow behind, and another one is going to follow behind. I know that's the case for sure. If you're stuck on that outside, once one person goes by you, the rest is going to follow. And yellow flag is out, 11th caution of the night. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like CJ Grooms, Chuck Phelps have crashed. So let's watch what happens. CJ Grooms looking low under Chuck Phelps. This is in the back portion of the pack. We see CJ Grooms starts to show signs of getting squirrely. And fully breaks loose as we head into turns 3 and 4. And he pushes up right into the 75, clips that rear quarter panel. Then we see Will Drevke has nowhere to go. Wow. A lot of drivers having rough races here tonight. Really, your top 5 are the only drivers that haven't really been involved in anything tonight. Jason Warren, AJ Rogers, Eddie Smith, Garrett Kinder, Rick Rube. It's going to be surprising if there's a car after tonight's event without a scrape or a scratch. This is Tyler Rice says, tonight is my off night, relaxed and watching these fellas. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to watch tonight's broadcast. This has been a wild one here tonight. I guess just because we've got 2 weeks, this is the second to last race of the season. Ratchet Miller says peg leg getting shafted time and time again. Yeah, Chuck has had a rough race here tonight. He cannot catch a break. Hopefully these last 4 laps he can keep everything clean and finish out this race good. But there's a lot of drivers, but just besides Chuck, that has just had that happen to them where just nothing has gone their way. Drivers like CJ Grooms, Sam Wetstein, Brandon Wallace. Just incident after incident. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out. We got 3 laps to go here for the Peach State 45. Jason Warren takes off. He's got AJ Rogers right on his back bumper. And a caution flag is out. Looks like we are going to have a green-white checkered to finish off tonight's event. Maybe even 2, maybe even 3, depending on if we have any more cautions. And Corey Bigley's rough race continues. Oof. We were 3 wide there, and that is normally never a good situation, especially at a short track. Looks like Sturgeon actually comes down the track a little bit into Drevke, and then it's a domino effect. Drevke comes down into Bigley, and that's just going to just create this chain reaction. Again, but to Sturgeon's defense, it's very, very difficult to run 3 wide at a short track. Tyler Rice is, I can relate to Chuck. It's tough in the middle of the pack. Yeah, you're kind of around the action, and it's very, very difficult to avoid all that happens there. Chuck Phelps maybe would have had a top 10, top 7 car tonight, but he's just been getting involved in everything. So unfortunate there for Chuck Phelps. Lights on. The pace car are off. We are getting ready to go back green. Jason Warren restarting on the bottom. AJ Rogers restarting on the top. Green, white, checkered. You know how that goes. We'll see what happens here. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out, and there we see Jason Warren taking off. AJ Rogers with a good restart right beside Jason Warren, currently sitting on his rear quarter panel. Great run in turns 3 and 4. And last lap, can AJ Rogers get, and caution flag is out right before they made it the final lap. So we are going to have another attempt at a green-white checkered. And CJ Grooms. His rough race continues. We were side by side between Grooms and Drevke heading into turns 3 and 4. And Logan Sturgeon with a big run has nowhere to take it. And so he ends up getting right into the back bumper of that 22, sending him around. Bigley able to make it through. Fortunately for Corey Bigley, his championship hopes continue to go away. He's currently 11 points behind Aaron Johnson. And he's just had a very, very rough race, so it's not looking too good for Corey Bigley. Steve Lovin says the same cars have caused the last 4 cautions. It's time to park it. Yeah, I have noticed that. Mainly, it's been the bottom 5 for the last 4 cautions. CJ Grooms, Corey Bigley, Logan Sturgeon, Chuck Phelps, Will Drevke, and then Brandon Wallace, too. All of them have just been getting involved in everything. Green flag is back out. Second green-white checkered attempt. There's Jason Warren taking off. AJ Rogers on his back bumper, trying to set up a pass. Can AJ Rogers make something happen? Looking high, looking low, trying to see what Jason Warren is doing. Final lap, AJ Rogers needs to send it here if he wants a chance. On the back bumper, can Jason Warren get his first win of the season? Rogers tries to give him the bump and run, but he can't. No, Jason Warren will win the race here tonight at Lanier, and he gets put into the wall by Eddie Smith as they head into 1 and 2. And oh, there's a big demolition derby. Jason Warren might not even get to burnout. Jason Warren, first win of the season, has finished second a couple times, has finished third a couple times, but hasn't been able to bring it home. That is going to change tonight, and we see the Thunderstruck Demolition Derby going on. Everybody's celebrating, fireworks going off. Ratchet Miller says, tell Alien Eddie I said good job. I will. Looks like we're going to have the pleasure of interviewing him tonight. He finished 3rd place. And look at this! Oh, Garrett Kinder! Oh no! It's always crazy after that checkered flag waves here in Thunderstruck. Oh my gosh. And we're just going to watch all of this unfold. And we're going to start off by pulling in your 3rd place finisher, Eddie Smith, the man from Brandon, Mississippi. Eddie, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Hey, Atlee.
Hey, Eddie, thanks for the interview here tonight. I mean, great race. I know you were actually the hard charger of the race after starting in the 10th place spot. And really the key was just avoiding all the incidents. It was a rough race tonight, a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks, but you're able to make it through it. We're able to keep your nose clean, and you were eventually able to work it up into the top 5. Had a fast car all race long, but you were competing with a lot of other fast drivers. I mean, I think in qualifying, top 6 was all separated by less than a tenth, but in the end, after we saw an incident between Bigley and Johnson, you were able to get by them to that 3rd place spot. Couldn't quite get up there to Rogers and Warren, but still overall great race for you tonight.
Yeah, definitely punching up. I got lucky. Pretty much every restart I was on the bottom. I think I had one restart was on the top. So, man, I'm just glad to be in the series tonight. Normally don't get the race on Thursday. Get to race around some of these, badass drivers. They're just they're the best of the best. So anytime you can get on track with the best of the best, it's a good learning experience. I get to, race really hard against people that I really trust to race you hard, not wreck you. And was able to just keep my car clean, dodge some wrecks, and come away with a 3rd place. So it was a lot of fun.
Now, how are the tires feeling there at the end?
Tires felt okay. I don't have the most experience, so I feel like I was a little bit tight. But it seemed like everybody else was dealing with the same issue. So I felt like I did an okay job. I felt like early on I started pushing a little bit too hard. I got excited and started pushing a little bit too hard. So I started backing off, letting some guys go just to try to maybe follow them and see what they're doing. And, so I think everybody's tires are about the same, just wore out.
I got you. Well, before we let you go, Eddie, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to shout out everybody that was racing around tonight. Warren, AJ Rogers, Garrett Kinder, Rick Rube, Aaron Johnson, and I'm forgetting somebody else. But that was just a blast. It was so much fun. But I want to thank you for broadcasting, Josh Oswald, Aaron Ward, doing a little second half of the race, race control, and Velocity Motorsports. I want to thank those guys. They've made me so much better in the last month than I was at a short track. So if I can just keep getting in here with them and learning and picking up what they do, I'm excited to try to get some improvement there. So I want to thank them.
We have a request in the YouTube chat. Ratchet Miller says, tell Ellie and Eddie I said good job.
All right. Thank you, Ratchet.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview. Great race tonight, and have a great rest of your night, Eddie.
See ya, Allie.
See ya. There we go. There we go. All right, so we are now going to pull in our 2nd place finisher. It is the 17 of AJ Rogers. AJ, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Going on pretty good up here in the booth. Looks like it was going pretty good for you out on track. I know you started in the 2nd place spot. We're running there for the first portion of the race, and then we saw you fell back a little bit. I think it was very, very difficult because since you were in 2nd, you were having to restart on the outside, and it's just you get stuck up there. It's really difficult. But then we saw a incident between Bigley, Johnson, and that was able to get you back up to that 2nd place spot. Couldn't quite get by Jason Warren there. I saw you tried to get by him with a little bump and run there on the last lap, but ended up finishing that 2nd place spot. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, man, that was probably one of the most fun races I've ran. I hate to see Aaron get tore up. I feel after watching the replay that I overdrove a corner a little bit and moved him up, and Bigley got in the back of him. But And that changed the pace of everything. And then able to run beside Jason like I did for, I don't know, would be 10 or 15 laps or something was a lot of fun. I was trying to get him on the restarts. I figured if I could pinch him down, I might have a shot at it. But that was by far one of the best races I've ever had on here.
What do you think you maybe could have done differently to get the win?
Track position, starting on the bottom, being able to get that good restart. The outside, you just have to drive the car so hard to get it to stick, and it just wears it out. So definitely starting on the bottom and track position is going to be the biggest thing. I
got you. Well, before I let you go, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Definitely the guys with Velocity and SPM, Jason, all those guys. It was fun running, like I said, running side by side with him. Daniel, all those guys, Rick. Everybody I know I'm missing. I'm not good at putting everybody's names out there, but and then Dixie Products Company I work for with fireplaces and garage doors that allow me to run their logo a little bit. So thank y'all too. Appreciate everything and everybody that puts this on. It's a lot of fun.
Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight, AJ. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
In these things, so I get nervous. I don't want to screw it.
And there we go. Now it's time to pull in your winner, the 32 of Jason Warren. Jason, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, buddy?
Going pretty good here in the booth. Looks like you were doing pretty good out there on track. Started on the pole, led from flag to flag, I believe. And, man, this was a caution fest. I know that kind of helped you a lot. Restarting on the bottom every single restart and not really having any green flag runs, and I know it probably helped the tires a little bit as well. And just great race. You were definitely one of the fastest drivers out there tonight. Ended up bringing it home, and I believe this is your first win of the season. So how does it feel?
It feels great. This is a long time coming as far as this season goes. Finally got a win, start on the pole, which is track position is always important here because all hell breaks loose and the mid pack and whatever. Just a great race overall. Tire wear eventually played in around lap 65 to 70 for me. But yeah, the cautions definitely helped. Corey was a little bit quicker there for about 10, 15 laps. Something happened to him, and we just held on. I'll take it.
Now, what do you think it is about Lanier that made you so good at it here tonight?
I absolutely love this track. First got on iRacing about 2.5 years ago. This is a free track. Used to run the crap out of it in street stocks. The ARCA cars used to run here. I got my first official win here in the ARCA cars. It's just constant, just turning the wheel. You start sweating. It's just great. If you lose focus for one moment, then you're pretty well screwed. It's just a great track. I think it's the best track on iRacing other than Five Flags.
Yeah, it looked like on the broadcast that it was making me get a workout just watching y'all. I mean, that track is wild. You're always turning. So definitely a driver's track, and you proved that you were the best driver in the race here tonight. I mean, is there any sponsors or shout-outs?
Yeah, huge shout-out to Daniel Pope. He's basically the godfather of Velocity Racing, Superior Performance Motorsports. Kent Hunley, Shock iRacing. Kent and Shock I does the setups for our league. He's absolutely amazing as well. Velocity Motorsports. Huge shout out to AJ Rogers. Me and him went side by side for about 10, 15 straight laps, and to do that kind of racing here at this track, and neither one of us wrecked, is absolutely phenomenal. That's a true sign of respect between both of us, so that's fucking great. Other than that, great shout out to you and Intensity. You guys are absolutely great. That's about it.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the first win of the season here tonight, Jason. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Take care, man.
Yep, thank you. Well, that is going to do it for tonight's event. Once again, congratulations to Jason Warren on getting his win. We want to thank Shock iRacing Performance, Big Frig Coolers for all of their support. If you're in the market for a tumbler or a cooler, especially since it is getting to summertime, hotter weather's coming, then Big Frig is definitely the way to go. You can purchase products either on their website, on Amazon, or at your nearest sporting goods store. And we want to thank you, the fans, for tuning in to watch tonight's broadcast. And also, we want to show this is the big frig move of the race. We always like to do that and show definitely this is the big frig ice cold move of the race. And I'm not sure there's a lot of moves to decide from. I would probably have to say it's Eddie Smith's pass on Rick Rube coming on this restart here. Had the advantage, restarting on that bottom, restarting behind the leader. Perfectly timed restart right there, and even despite getting loose, despite being 3 wide, he was still able to get clear. So that is the big frig move of the race. Again, shout out to Big Frig Coolers, and want to thank you, the fans, for tuning in to watch tonight's broadcast. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as that would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1,000 followers on Twitch. Check out our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We're always dropping polls, interacting with our viewers on there. Also, make sure to check out our web store, intensitybroadcasting.com. There you can find shirts, hats, mugs, mouse pads, stickers, photo paper, posters from your favorite broadcaster and all the amazing leagues that we broadcast. Especially make sure to check out the Thunderstruck collection. Support the league by getting a Thunderstruck Racing shirt, a Thunderstruck shirt, a Thunderstruck stickers, or Thunderstruck photo paper poster. And all proceeds go back into the broadcast or back to the leagues. I'm Atlee Atman-Weiss, and on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.